Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. So in today's video I am doing an updated version of my current Makeup Revolution favorite products. So I like to do this every 6 months, so I've done it. This is like the third time that I'm doing on my channel, because I guess I've been doing videos for like a year and a half now. Like, what? My brain just can't really comprehend that. But ever since I started kind of getting into makeup a bit more, Revolution have been a brand that I feel are always very hit and miss, but for me they're very hit. Like, there's so many products that I have found that I've really enjoyed. I know that they have so many like sister brands, like, you know, I Heart Revolution and Makeup Obsession and Revolution Pro and XX. You get the gist. And I'm always intrigued by the different stuff that they sell. And recently I thought, you know what, let's do another kind of recap. But a lot of these products that I'm trying today are a lot of recent products, so they've come out within a year. So I'm very happy to put them on my face today. So let's start off with primer, and this is one of the most recent things that have come out, and this is part of one of their new sister brands, which is Referral Revolution, and this is the H2O hydrating primer. So I did a full face video using Referral Revolution, because basically you can get a full face of makeup for under £30. Pretty much the most expensive product, oh, this smells so nice. The most expensive product that they have in their range is £5, and I think that is like the foundation, and also the beauty sponge and a couple of other things. I'm sorry if you can hear a lot of noise. I had to keep my window open because it's very warm today. So I'll try and talk over it if I can, as much as I can. But yeah, this is a really hydrating primer. It smells really nice, so that's a big given for me. It was £3, and I really like it, especially for someone who has very dry skin and needs to be hydrated, especially in the summer and the winter, because as much as in the summer we all sweat a lot and we all get quite oily no matter what type of skin type you have. Having something to hydrate you is perfect, because, you know, if we get very dehydrated as well, our skin becomes very dry. So yeah, this is fantastic. I really like it. And then with foundation, I'm going with another Referral Revolution product, and this is their Super Serum foundation in the shade F2. I really like this foundation. The best way that I like to use it is with a sponge, what am I talking about? With a brush, because it just applies so much easier, and I don't like dropping products on my face. I hate that. The only issue that I have with the packaging is that you have to be very careful when you take it out of the bottle, because it will just fly everywhere, and it's quite compact in there as well, so you have to be you know, like dragging it out for ages. But I just really love the way that this feels on my skin, especially when it comes kind of when you're using it with the hydrating primer. And knowing me, I like to kind of build up my foundation a lot, because I have obviously very red skin and I like to wear full coverage no matter what the weather is. Even if it's boiling hot, if it can stay on my skin and give me that full coverage, I'm ready for it, because I really need it basically. But this is after like 2 drops, so I'm not going to add any more foundation. I'm just going to keep on blending, because I want it to kind of get into all the places that it necessarily won't go as easy with a sponge. So with a brush, I'm just going to blend it in and pat it in as well and just settle in. So I don't think this is listed as full coverage, but it has got hyaluronic acid in there as well, so I'm guessing that is something important, because it's listed like right at the front. But I believe this is more of a kind of medium coverage, which is very buildable, because again, I only use like 2 droplets and it's completely covered my face, so I'm really happy with the way that this kind of works. So yeah, that's great. And then now let's go on to concealer, and I'm really enjoying the Revolution Eye Bright Concealer. I know a lot of people use this just for the under eyes, but I like to use it in the places where I would conceal, really, because it's a concealer. So I like to use it in the usual places, and the applicator is really nice, the sponge, even though I feel like there might be some kind of bacteria issue going on there, but obviously I'm the only one that's using it. But you have to be quite careful when it comes to products like these, because yeah, it's just the build up of product as well. And that's why I think, is it the Maybelline, the eye revert, the kind of thing, that the really kind of famous product that they came out with, the little sponge applicator thing as well. I used to really like it, and then it kind of got a little bit congealed in there, so it was a bit nasty. But I mean, so far this has this been out long? It's been out less than a year. It's been out a couple of months, and it is part of their, is it part of their normal line, or yeah, it's just part of their Revolution line, because I had to check, because obviously there's so many different like variations of their brand. But yeah, this is a nice concealer. Again, it's nice for the under eyes, and it just settles into the skin super nice. And I got the shade Porcelain, so again, works very well for my skin. And now for setting powder, I've been really enjoying the HD Super Matte powder. Of course I would have used my Revolution kind of like brick, but because it's part of my project pan. But again, I've used it so much, and it's such an older product as well, that I feel like this this setting powder is super nice, because I'm really into like loose powders at the moment. I don't know why, even though it's a freaking mess to clean up afterwards, but I like the way that it settles into my skin just really nicely. And although I like to build up a lot when it comes to my setting powder, it is quite mattifying, so if you don't like that, I would steer away from it. But it does settle nicely onto the skin, which is what I want. So I'm just using my massive brush to kind of get to more places. And yeah, it's made like a slight mess on my table, but that's fine, we'll clean it up afterwards. So because I'm looking really pale, let's bronze up a little bit, which is a step that I never do that much, but I feel like because I've been really loving the sculpting bronze, I thought I would use it today. And this is part of the Revolution Pro brand, so again, another one of their little baby sister brands, and this is in the shade Baha'i. I don't know if I ever say it right. But they've recently come out with these cream bronzers that I really want to try. They're basically the dupe of the NARS kind of cream bronzers that have come out as well, because they look exactly the same. I haven't used the NARS one either, but I haven't purchased any new bronzers recently because I'm just not that into bronzing or contouring, but I feel like I should really kind of make some effort to do it, because it's quite a good skill to have. But I'm just slowly building it up in the areas to kind of warm myself up a bit, so I don't look completely crazy. So you can see it does work quite well on my skin, and this is the lightest shade that they had, so I think they do have quite a few shades in this one. So that's kind of blended out quite well. Let's use a bit of my setting powder to blend in a bit. Okay, perfect. So it's not too heavy, because I know that if I kind of went overboard a little bit, it would just look completely horrible. So let's go on to blush now, and this is part of the XX Revolution brand, I guess, and this is in the shade Jitter. So this is a nice bright pink. When I purchased this, I think I got it because it was part of a sale or something, and I didn't realize how bright it is, but I do like the way that this settles onto my skin as well. And because I really like bright blushes, this works really well. And when it comes to the Revolution Pro, no, sorry, the XX Revolution products, they're so hit and miss for me. I really liked their foundation when it came out, but then the more I tried it, the more I realised it's not actually that great, which I was very disappointed with. But sometimes, you know, it's okay to change your mind. Like if you don't like something, that's okay. So let's go on to highlighter, and I'm going in with a new highlighter. This is the Super Highlighter by Love Revolution, I can't even talk, in the shade Champagne. They did also come out with these mini duos. I have used them on my channel a lot over the past kind of couple of weeks that they've been out. So if you want to check out my Love Revolution review, then please do, because obviously it will talk more in depth about these products. But yeah, this again I feel was only £3, I believe. So again, pretty good for Revolution. Well, it's amazing for Revolution, because they rarely have products that are kind of less than £3, but then that means that they're actually really good. Okay, so now we're going in with the eye. So I'm just going to go in with my Prime and Lock eye primer, which is fantastic because especially for, you know, when you use certain eyeshadow palettes, if you want to give them more of an oomph, then I would highly recommend using a primer like this, because it's only a couple of pounds as well, but it is super duper nice. And I mean, although it might take a minute or two to settle into the skin, it does work really nicely. One of my other favorites is the Elf Putty eye primer, which again, really nice. You don't have to wait for that to settle down, and it's not too drying as well. So I believe this is about £5, and I've used it so much, and I don't think there's any way of this finishing anytime soon. So again, super nice. And then let's go on to the eyeshadow, and I'm going in with the Soph X Revolution palette that came out about 2-3 weeks ago. I think it might be less than that. I did a bit of a story on how long I waited because the post office lost my package, and then Revolution had to send me out a replacement, so that took even longer. But you know, I did a review on it, and I do really like the bigger palette. The smaller palette is basically a collection of some of her older shades, which again is a very nice palette. It's, for me, it's not, it doesn't give it that oomph as much as they did like in their other palettes. I don't know why. I don't know if it's maybe I did it wrong or anything like that, but it's still nice. But this one I really like just because of the colour selection. It's super cute. What look should I go with today? I might go in with a kind of, because the thing is, the lips that I have, I'm using her lip kit as well, spoiler, so that's kind of like a nude, but I feel like it shouldn't matter what I use because it will just go with everything. I might just use like a random selection because why not? So I'm going to go in with, let's go in with something light to kind of, let's go in with Cookie Dough, because that will just go everywhere on the lid first. So I'm just using one of my Beauty Bay brushes, I believe, so just going to take that all over the lid. And like I said, the primer is a really nice way to give the eyes a bit more oomph, even though a lot of these eyeshadow palettes never tend to need them, but you know, if you just want it to last a little bit longer, like if you're going to a party or a wedding, hopefully soon we can all do that properly, and then using an eye primer would just make it last a little bit longer, which is always good because you don't want to go halfway through the day and your eyelids have creased or anything. So yeah, that was Cookie Dough. And now let's go in with a medium brush. And life is so difficult with choosing sometimes. I'm going to go in with Cereal just here, which I guess is a dark brown, and I'm going to take it very slightly because it is quite pigmented and we don't want to go too crazy today. So I'm going to go in the corners and just blend. Okay, kind of like a nude look today, which I guess defeats the purpose of me testing out a colourful palette, but it's okay because when I initially first tested the palette, I used the greens, which was absolutely gorgeous. They do have some amazing gorgeous shades in this palette, but I don't want to go a bit too crazy today. But again, this look is very nice so far. And again, I don't think I needed the primer, but it's given me that little bit of, is it matching? I want to make sure that they match because I have a tendency of not matching the looks of my eyeshadow, so it's alright. Okay. Alright. That's good. I'm just going to blend them in so that they are not too harsh. Let's use a clear brush to do that. So alright. Perfect. So now I feel like should go into brownies, which is going to go on the inner corner just so slightly because I want to see how deep. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like you do have a black and then you have a kind of lighter dark brown, which of course is a shade of brownies, but I'm going to just deepen them up a little bit more here. So it's, yeah, that's kind of settled in quite nicely. Okay. I'm sweating so badly. Like today's weather is, it's not warm, it's just humid and I'm waiting for the rain to come out, and like I said, the window is open. That's why you can hear all these really annoying sounds. I do apologize, but I mean, if I had the fan on, it would make a louder noise, even though I would be cooler, but that's okay. So let's just go in a bit more here with brownie, or brownies as I should say. Okay, and then now I'm going to go in with a shimmer, and we're going to take one of my flat brushes, and I'm going to go in with maybe Not Gonna Lie. There we go. Not Gonna Lie though, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people say that. So let's go in here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm about. Yeah. Okay, my whole face just feels like it's just sweating off. It's just my top lip mostly. So if you've been watching my videos recently during this warm weather, you know that my top lip is not a fan, and therefore decides to just completely ruin my makeup looks, but it's okay. The makeup will be done soon and then it can come off. So wow, okay. It's actually quite a different look than I was expecting today, because I was like kind of thinking, oh, should I do like a colourful look, should I do something, and I just went complete opposite of what I normally do. But you know what, that's fine. I'm doing something different than like your typical like colourful looks, and like I said, even though this palette is very colourful, it's okay to steer clear, and I don't think I've done anything like this in a very long time, or really ever. So again, this is such a nice palette, and then even though it's very colourful, you can still do a lot with the dark nudes as well. So I'm going to go in with eyeliner now, because I feel like I could add a little bit more. So again, I'm going in with the Real Revolution Slick Flick, and this is super nice. This is either £2 or £3, and I bought it part of when I ordered the Soph Revolution stuff, because I needed to add a bit more to my basket for free shipping. But this is a really nice eyeliner, very surprising, because I mean, I've never had issues with any of the previous Revolution eyeliners, but this is like super nice, and I think this is going to work really nicely with my look. So I'm just going to add a bit more. Wow, okay, let's just go over the top today, why not? I didn't expect to go that high up, but we're going to go for it. And I'm going to look crazy, but I don't care. Okay. I feel like I'm going out somewhere, but I'm really not. So yeah, this is super nice. If anyone's looking for a really nice pigmented eyeliner, this is perfect. So let's go on to mascara, and again, this is another Real Revolution. I don't think I have any other mascaras. I did try their Revolution mascara, which got really dry, and I had to bin that because it wasn't that nice, to be honest. Like, a lot of people were raving about it, but I didn't see anything that special in my opinion. Although this one is meant to be quite, it's a volumizing one, but I don't see that much for me because I have very heavy eyelashes, so for me it doesn't work that well. But yeah, let's go on to the side and then we can finish off the lips. Okay, I'm gonna have to like retouch up my foundation when I take pictures, because my whole of my nose and my top lip have just sweated off. You probably can't see it that much on camera, which is good, so we're gonna keep it that way, but it just feels so horrible. Oh dear. So yeah, even having the window open has done nothing for my face. So like I said, with the lips, we're going in with the Soph Revolution lip kit, and I think this is in, it's called like Toffee Drizzle. There were 2 lip kits that she came out with, but I felt like this is much better for me because it was a bit darker. So I'm gonna do that off camera just to save some time, touch up my face a bit, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is my finished look, and like I said, I did the lips, and what it actually is really is a lip balm, which is a pigmented lip balm really, and then the lip liner you would normally obviously just line your lips with, but I guess it's easier to actually just line your whole lips and then add the balm on top, which again is a really nice combo. So in the beginning I was a bit unsure about purchasing it because I didn't realise it was a lip balm. I thought it was a liquid lipstick, but I do quite like it, and I have used it a bit off camera when I'm like working from home and stuff. But this is my finished look, and actually my favourite thing today is probably the eyes, because I'm actually quite surprised at kind of how nice they look, because I wasn't expecting it to look that good. But yeah, this is basically my full face of my current favourite Revolution products. Let me know what your favourite Revolution product is, because again, it might have been something that I haven't tried that I really want to try, and because they're so affordable, it's worth it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias, because you can have a close-up look of my looks, and I'm always active on there. And I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a very good week, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye.